Hey Scizor Squad, it's Shingo coming at you with some rank match replays. So this season started off with a bang. I got day 1 master. I'm currently in the top 10,000 as far as ranking is concerned, the global ranks. And part of that is all thanks to Raichu, who this video is about. My Raichu. So overall, I don't tend to play ranged mons that much. And this season specifically, I've made a point to practice Raichu and Leafeon. A couple hyper carries. Usually I play more support, tanky things. Even my Pikachu plays experience share. So we're gonna dive into this. I guess before I get into some of the replays, there's several matches I don't get to feature that I wanted to. Trying to find them here. There was a update recently, and so the videos got wiped with the update. So this one in particular, I was playing Tree. Tree's another notable good mon right now, which you'll see pairs nicely with my Raichu. So in this one, this was draft against Spraggles and MQL, very notable players, and Protein Shake. This one came down to the wire. We won by 1 point. Part of that was, well, we lost Groudon. They scored, and then I defended against MQL's Scizor with my Tree, and we won. So that was a notable one. There's also another notable win with my Raichu where I got 200k. This one I had 114. And again, these were wiped with... Geez, where was this? It was like a 16-0... Here we go. 221. So both these videos got wiped with the most recent update. Yeah, these guys just inted it. I went to gank bottom, stayed there the entirety of the game because these guys just kept inting into me on cooldown, and I got 221k. So that was something. Anyways, I forced myself to learn Raichu this season, and I've had something of a blast with him. As mentioned, you know, a 61% win rate, 26 battles, all in rank, some notable matches with Tree too. So let's get into it. There's a few of them here. I think I'm gonna start... I'll start with this one. This is the first one with Montel experiencing my Raichu. So I hope you all are having a good day. I'm getting back on the content grind now. I should start streaming here soon. So yeah, this was a duo. Montel, I was helping him to master. He was playing Trevenant. I'm playing Raichu. Go to ×2 speed. Normally, I'd prefer Raichu in the jungle. I go into lane with Montel, and we have a pretty good experience. So this is just basic. Clear the back ones. We poke forward, try to contest their farm, pull back, then press forward when our jungle comes up to gank. Montel goes down, but for good cause. I get an evolution. The gank was good. I kite the bees over to Montel. Montel's evolved 2. We're approaching 8. We're against a 𝗙𝗙𝗕𝗏𝗡 pair there. Normally, I prefer to get down here to this Draco immediately. We get there kinda late. We pick up a KO, a couple KOs. We get the Regidraco. Buzzwole wants some sauce. Says no. I get caught by this Mammo. But so far, so good. You know, bottom side gets some breathing room here now. They're all paying attention to Montel and I for good reason. Montel and I went down. Don't get back up here in time, but we pivot to the bot lane because we don't mind losing that top pad. Now I'm 2 and 6. That right there, you saw me do a little dance. I was teaching Montel that I can blow up my Electro balls with Thunderbolt. And then he had this epiphany like, ah, okay. And so his play will start to change here a little bit. I start coaching him through my, how I see this. He recalls. I'm gonna speed it up, then slow it down to ×1. We move up here. So with his newfound wisdom, you know, I start putting these Electro balls there. He kind of hangs out in them. See if I don't think anybody. Yeah, no. Well. Nobody ends up falling for the trap this time. We'll get a few of them in this video, don't worry though. Break. That's 340. Get a couple more KOs. I'm flirting with going. I go. It's my time to go. Just start farming. Our Buzzwole has the most KOs right now. So nothing too crazy. The end goes nuts. I guess the notable thing here is this is Montel's first time seeing Shingo's Raichu, and then developing that synergy and getting him to masters with this combo. So we discover Ninetales is by itself. It's kind of big. We get a little bit of vision here. Once I see this start, and I see the flank, it's obvious. I put an alt down there to zone and KO. And I just do some dances around all the boundaries of the map. I'm not afraid to use Raichu's ult to shred objectives or use it to zone. I like the nature of placing the Electro Balls. I like the range on it, and I like the detonation factor with Thunderbolt. That's the way I'm enjoying to play it. Couple that with a drive lens, and you can start getting kind of nuts. I shred the objective and barely get clipped by that 𝗙𝗚𝗏𝗧 there. Unfortunate. I think Montel gets his score and recalls. We'll see though. No, he doesn't. He gets KO'd. So, there is a minute left. I go top because I saw somebody. Get a KO. I stay in the flux. I kind of came too far forward right there. I think that about wraps up that one. Let's find that one again. Alright, so I went 7 and 11, 92k. Only 23 damage took. I mean, that's not bad. I don't play a lot of ranged mons, so this has kind of been game-changing for me. I mean, I know how to play some, but this is me, like, going mad hard with it. Alright, which one do we want to do next? I think this was Montel's master game. We'll do this. Again, we're with the Trevenant and the Ninetales synergy. So their team looks kind of secretly disgusting, you know, with the 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗏 debuffing. 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏 also has the capability of debuffing your defense. And then you got physical attackers like Charizard and Umbreon. Umbreon also providing either heals or stun of some sort. And then you got Ninetales on top of that. This is a formidable... So this guy gets upset because my auto accidentally takes a piece of farm. And he comes in here, and I don't blame him. I've done this before too. I come in and take a piece of jungle. So I just let him have it. You know, whatever. I come topside. I'm not evolved because of the little transaction between I and the 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗏. Montel gets took down by the 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, and I tell him, you got to be careful. That's the secret killer here. He'll break down your defense, and then they have enough physical attack that they can take advantage of it. Thankfully, we get the 𝗙𝗏𝗡 taken care of. The 𝗙𝗏𝗡𝗧 evolves into a Gyarados, and we start rotating. Montel's clearing farm topside. I get a buff. We get positioned here, and then we pivot to helping this 𝗙𝗏𝗧. I wanted to go top, but yeah, we pivot down here to help the 𝗙𝗏𝗧 get online after taking the Regidraco. And whatever he does, I tell Montel, just follow the little guy, help protect him so he doesn't become a liability. I go down, but for the cause of this, he gets out, so that's good. Montel did his job, Montel gets out. And then we pivot to this Lucky. He's pretty close to 𝗙𝗏𝗧 now. I go back to jungle. 𝗙𝗏𝗧 is being protected by Montel. We got a 𝗙𝗏𝗧 now. So even, normally I would like to, again, I'm not afraid to use an ult on an objective, like I mentioned in that last one. Or use it to zone. I'm not going to trouble myself with making sure I lock 3 people up in the ult. If I see the opportunity, I'll take it, but I'm not afraid to use the ult to shred. But yeah, normally I would prefer to have one of the 2 of us in a duo wearing an experience share, but, Montel is a carry tree. He's not wearing experience share. I'm obviously not wearing experience share. I'm in the jungle. And so, even though we're not wearing experience share, again, I use an ult to shred. If I don't use it, I lose it. But yeah, without having an experience share, we've done our part to kind of assist the Gyarados, assist the Tyranitar, becoming aware of what our teammates need and are trying to do. That includes, are they stacking? In this case, they aren't. But, it's good to be aware of your team's builds. Too often, your teammates have crappy builds, and it's, they have leftovers or some godforsaken build that is just, makes us all cringe. I'm gonna speed it up and slow it down now that we're at 230. So yeah, it's as much as we all grief about the bad builds, it's important to notice the good builds, and if your team is stacking, and then assisting them with stacking. So I set up a huge couple Electro Balls. The Umbreon's forced to ult there, so is the Charizard. We get some huge KOs. The 𝗏𝗧, he comes in on the flank. I throw an Electro Ball, he ejects into my ult, and my ult was hiding in the bush, and so the 𝗏𝗧 goes down there too. Then it's just A9 and 𝗙𝗏𝗡. I start shredding, I let the 𝗙𝗏𝗧 do his thing. Montel was kind of nervous because he went down, and I was like, nah, don't worry about it, you did your job, you got the vision. We set up an ambush with my Electro Balls in the bush. That Umbreon got so chunked that he had to force his ult, same with Charizard, and then we just shred, and we get Groudon. I think I know we're in the lead, but yeah, I recall, because I see the 𝗏𝗧. And so I'm patient. I know what I saw. I saw for a split second the 𝗏𝗏𝗧, and I recall. So it's good to be map aware. It's good to be aware of what your teammates are doing. It's good to be mindful of everybody's job. You know, when somebody's not doing their job, playing to that, you know, sometimes it's bad playing to what randos are doing, but, you know, too often people don't want to wear experience share, but, you know, Shingo's tired of carrying randos, supporting randos, I mean. Shingo wants to carry. And so that's what this is all about. Shingo's Raichu carrying. Yeah, it's over here. So yeah, Montel and I had a pretty big win streak. I think we had 4 in a row with this combo once he's seen it. Like, so you got to see the first one and the last one with me and Montel and I. I'll hover over the stats again on that one. I think it's this one. No, it wasn't this one. It was this one. So 71K, 6 and 8. You know, supporting the Gyarados and the 𝗙𝗢𝗏 meant they did good things. Alright, and then, oh, was this one the last? So I apologize. This one is the last one. This was Montel's master game. And it's funny because he went 9 and 6. I'm 3 and 15. 77K. I think we were just like... We can watch this one too. So, pardon me for calling this his last one. So kind of longer video today. We got several matches of the same type of synergy. I wanted to highlight a few different games of me as Raichu. I'm kind of proud of the fact that I'm in the top 10,000 in ranking currently. I got day 1 Masters this season, and I've been having fun with Raichu. You know, I just picked up Raichu, started learning him, and I've studied So Sad Sam's Raichu build. So I'm running the choice specs, not the stacking ones, drive lens and I want to say spoon. We'll look in a minute. Speed this up. Montel's top side. We get the Glaceon early. I kind of poke the Buzzwole. Stack some Electro Balls in the bush. Nobody takes the bait. I put some zoning Electro Balls down. We get a few kills. Stack the drive lens. And we head off towards Regidrago. This is kind of the same scene as the other matches here, so I'm going to just leave this in ×2 as long as I can. Glaceon wants some, doesn't get it. We just break this preemptively. We don't know if this is a Lecky, but, you know, if it is, then we threaten sending it there. and we just command this top side for now. You know, if they're winning this, I would rather just keep winning this in trade. In accounting, that's checks and balances. And so if I came down here to address this issue, then I might lose everything we've built and the momentum we have up here. So we just have to win harder than they're winning down here. And that's kind of the logic. You see right now it's 81 to 83. I stack Electro Balls in this bush. We start shredding. Where's Montel? Oh yeah, Montel's right there. Jeez, right in front of my face. Montel does a good job zoning. 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗡 gets the secure, which was kind of clutch. Sometimes you need randos to do things. Sometimes they do things. Sometimes you get lucky. So I don't like the look of this. I hope from here I leave. No, I get caught by Glaceon. Highest level is Glaceon right now. I think this starts to go in their favor. That's a nice ult from 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗡 on Montel. So right now, this is just scrappy. You see Shingo's stats are here. My stats are 1 and 5. Montel's 4 and 3. I get a nice ult. Protect the sword and the 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗡. Montel went down there. Glaceon just wants me. Gets me. We didn't really need to push into that, but we did. I pivot to going top. Meanwhile, Montel fights for this. He goes down. What happens up here? Buzzwole goes down. 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗡 gets up there in time to save me. Psyduck tries to come in and psychic me and harass me. 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗡 kind of ults there to save itself in me, but it's range. It was out of range. The Lucky resets. Montel responds to this. He decides to leave. It's not worth. We just give it to them. We take the Draco, which is better value anyway, but we just pivot from losing this to winning that. I go back into farming. Montel keeps vision, distracts, disrupts, delays them. We're gonna go to ×1 now. Again, I think, do I get, yeah, no, I go down. So, you know, this isn't the prettiest. I know Montel is probably concerned at this point in time. And so, and previously I thought the last one was his Masters match. This one is his Masters match. You know, their team has everything going for them. They got a Cinder 5 and 9. They got a Glaceon online 14 and 3. This match is all about overcoming adversity here. Cinder's already dancing like he's won. He's probably thinking, just let me shred. I put an ult over there. 𝗟𝗏𝗏𝗡 gets a good ult. Montel goes down without ulting, but we blow up their Glaceon and their Cinder. That's huge. The Glaceon was the big threat for me, so I sit here and just start shredding. Sword and I start and finish it. 𝗙𝗢𝗄𝗧 late. And we just flipped this, so now we gotta KO Cinder. It's important to remember this is not Ray Shield, so you can't just walk up and score. You need to take advantage of the attack boost you have and KO, then score. I unfortunately go down, but I defend the Pikachu score, so, you know, Pikachu gets his score. Montel goes down. Montel is 9 and 6. I'm 2 and 15. The 𝗟𝗚𝗏 runs for its life. Once I see the 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗚𝗘𝗧, I know it's GG. Montel stops the Psyduck score. And that's how Montel got Master. We'll watch one more because Asim wanted in on this too. He noted the success that Montel and I had, and then he wanted in on that. So even Asim ran a tree game for me here. Those are the stats on the last one. 77k, 60k for Montel, 9 KOs. Good job, Montel, and congrats getting Masters. Alright, and then for the... I don't know which one I want to show. Let's look at these. Asim pops off 18 and 8 with Machamp. This one looks like a scrappy Raichu match. This one... I think we'll watch this one. Captain Santos and Captain Seb, we go into these two quite a bit, and sometimes they have their way with us, and sometimes we get them, so we'll watch this one. So yeah, I'm starting to really vibe with Raichu, like, you know, Electro Ball's range, the utility feature of it. You can detonate it with Thunderbolt, you can hide it in those bushes. It makes for some pretty nasty setups. You can, you know, burst down somebody quite a bit if they don't know what they're walking into. So it's pretty clutch. So Asim's tree stacks, and that's a notable difference from Montel's tree here. So we'll watch Asim's early game. He takes advantage of the T-Tar lane here. Gets a stack. Doesn't overstay his welcome. Picks up one of the 1-point farms. Gets another stack. Tries, gets that, out-secures them. Gets 3 stacks here. Is willing to go down, which I wouldn't blame him. I get here in time to help him. I place some clutch Electro Balls that they lose track of and he sees. So he plays nice around my Electro Balls here. We get another KO. We even start stacking my Drive Lens now. He gets evolved. I think he's essentially stacked now. Pretty sure he's full stacked. And then I pivot to Draco. I get a buff before going. He gets vision for me. Now, this is like probably one of the most important objectives on this new Groudon map is this Regidraco. This is funny here. I know I'm going down. Watch how I line up this Miraidon's ability. And he eats that Electro Ball. Now, let's watch where he goes. Right into Asim's tree. Asim is alerted from me that he's on 1. I tell him that I caught him with an Electro Ball. So, like, even when you're going down and you know, like, it's always good to stay calm and, you know, think about the next thing that's gonna happen. So I come in here, start farming again. I pivot to helping bot side, make my presence known down here. I'd rather be up here with Asim, but we've won this so well that I think that I predict that they're gonna pivot down bot side, so I want my presence down here. There's also a Venu up here, so he can shred. I set up some rinky-dink Electro Balls that look intentionally messed up. I want them to think like maybe I missed one and that maybe there's one in that bush. I don't want them to forget that I can do it. So sometimes I'm playing some mental games with how and where and why the Electro Balls I'm setting up. So this is just a lovely setup here. You know, the Crustle did what he needed to do. Blaziken and I do what we needed to do. I don't think I like this. I think I would have rather held back and let the Miraidon recall right there than approach this goal. So I'm not sure if I go down here. We delay long enough for the Crustle to show up. Yeah, this is taking way too long, but we get the Miraidon. I put a 30 in, and we get it anyways. I think the Blaziken stacking. I shove an ult right there to make them think twice. Catch this guy with another Electro Ball, even though I'm going down. It didn't seem to affect him that much there. Okay, Blaziken gets out. No, he did. Maybe he does. No, he doesn't. Montel starts to get ready for the top objective. There's a nice 10-second gap between the two, so we can go to the same objective and try to get both. And I get this, Montel zones, or excuse me, Asim's zones. Oh my gosh. The tree, forgive me, parent brain, calling Montel, Asim Montel. The tree was zoning. If you guys aren't parents, you'll understand once you are. It happens. Alright, 𝗙𝗢𝗏 gets me here, I'm pretty positive. Yeah, they want me. We try to get that Lecky in. If Lecky goes in, it breaks. I think they get Lecky. They score up here. We're gonna pivot to the bot side and jungle. Back to ×1 speed now. Greninja's on the Lecky. Sim applies pressure to the Gren. Sim plays Gren a lot, so he knows what he's looking for. The Gren wasted his ult. We get the secure. Sim's pretty happy about that. I see the Clef alone, I start focusing that. Then I throw an Electro Ball back this way. And we just kind of hang out over here. I see this flank coming, the 𝗙𝗏𝗏. I don't know why he just goes right into the Electro Ball. I place my ult down because it's enough right there that like, Greninja wants out, but has to think about where he paths. These two have to think about where they path. And then we've separated Miraidon from them, so this ult is purely to zone. I chase Miraidon, get Miraidon, pivot to the objective. Asim starts holding the tree and T-Tar. Pushes him back to the Lecky to utilize the Lecky damage. Smart. Over here, we're shredding. I do see the Clef. I am aware it could roll Fly or Explosion or something. It gets Fly. Thankfully, Blaziken secures with Overheat. Asim, I think, goes down here doing God's work. And I think I pivot to coming down here because he calls he's going to get KO'd, that I'm going to need to score. I know that Lecky's still there. That will break and that will be double, so they kind of have to deal with that before responding to me down here. I still have to play mindful. Like, there's a minute they could take shields and get us. I stay alive. They broke the Lecky down. They reply to us. I stay alive. T-Tar's chasing me. I kite him into Blaziken. We take him out. I see the Gren coming. I unfortunately go down, but they did everything they needed to do. Asim hangs out on the pad, just lets this play out. We can let this pad go, and he knows that, so he doesn't reply to this. But he does jump down here. Yeah, I believe he jumps down here. I'm up in 4 seconds anyways. And that's Shingo's Raichu. Should we make it one more? What the heck? Why the heck not? So this is a funny one because normally I'm not just perma Raichu. Like, a lot of these are kind of cherry picked, you know, but overall 61% win rate on Raichu. What you're seeing here is me just going Raichu spite the composition on our team. So Asim goes jungle, Zera, I go topside. There's no experience shares on our team. Everybody's a carry. This lane starts kind of crazy. Like, I'm not wanting to fight this guy who's stacking for his stacks, so I just give him the first two. You know, I kind of am anticipating him pushing in and scoring, but he just doesn't want to. So, you know, now he has 14 points. I'm thinking, how are you gonna stack? And I see him start to think about stacking, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, my guy. And so he's just looking to get Azu, I guess. Leaves. doesn't leave. Like, looks like he wants to. Picks Whirlpool. Like, you know, I'm not terribly impressed so far. We try to set up an opportunity for him to stack. He has quite a bit of points. Why is he picking up his other stack? You know, why he could have scored 22, then put in the other. I zone all the way down here. This is kind of crazy, but you know, I need something. I need Drivelands. To me, this is a piece of farm that's worth running after if I can get it. And if I get KO'd, it's not the end of the world for me. Asim gets out, I go down. Unfortunate, but Asim gets out. 𝗚𝗚 starts, you know, just farming everything. It's fine. I head bottom after that. Like, you know, we got him 𝗚𝗚, you know. I'm not interested to know when he wants to fight. Like, I need somebody that, like, wants to fight. So I pivot to taking blue. Obviously, Sword wants blue. Nothing I can do. I just give it to him. So this match looks a lot different. Normally, you've seen Shingo's Raichu come down here and start hitting this Draco, and that's not the case this time. We're fighting through adversity here. No experience shares on our side. We get the Slowbro, that's big. I'm still a Pikachu, but if we get this, I'll be a Raichu, and there it is. Things start going our way. We start inting again, but we're asserting dominance, kind of putting them on notice. It's kind of ego. It's ego. It's ego because we all go down right there, and we didn't need to be that far in. We could be getting this. So I think they get upset and they do the same thing to us here in a minute. They get some scores, they push in. Buzzwole's getting really deep. I play off of that. I see his ult. I hang out on one. I bait him in more. We get him. Machamp camps in the bush but doesn't get what he wants. And now what do you do when you got a bunch of carries that are on the line? Like, you know, this is where we start kind of turning it around. We get the Lecky. I try to assist Asim and the 𝗚𝗚 getting out. I want this. This is too big to, you know, pass by, but we do want this objective. We know a lot of them are top side. Kind of crazy they recall. They should be full clearing this. I noticed they recall because they recall close enough to the pad that on the map I know that they recall. So I take my time slow clearing like everything, and I put an ult there for Machamp, zone him out. He thinks he's getting out. I proc my X speed, I chase him. I get some burst damage and snipe him, pick him off. I see Cinder on the map here, right there. I just keep everything in front of me, including the flank. I go down, though. Asim just wastes their time. You know, this is This is funny. This is 𝗙𝗡𝗏 logic. When you got 3 people chasing you, yeah, you know, they're not where they want to be. So I jump up here. I ping that I'm going to top objective. I get ulted by the 𝗙𝗧𝗏. Asim gets the 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗡. You know, they clear this, but we get vision because of this 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗡, and then we pivot to bot side. Asim is doing the right thing going after Draco. He got his sword there to help him. Meanwhile, Montel and I attempt to get this. Unfortunately, I end up zoning for the Intel. Intel gets caught in a Slowbro ult. Unfortunately, they get Regirock. And so currently, you know, Cinder's 14 on our side. We're all under level, about level, I think we all go in about level 12. The 𝗚𝗏𝗡𝗧's 13. 𝗙𝗧𝗏𝗧's waiting to score. It goes in. Yeah, Sim's 12, Intel's 12, I'm 12, 𝗚𝗏𝗡𝗧 13, Sword 13, 𝗙𝗧𝗏 14, Cinder 15. Yeah, Cinder 15. A 15 Cinderace is kind of crazy. So we just, you know, we focus up right here. This is a tough win here. It's a close battle. Cinder's shredding. So are we. And a lot of people just get blown up. Meanwhile, I just dip out and they surrender. So yeah, Raichu's fun. Helps to get good on him and know what you're doing. Play to your strengths, play to your team's strengths. Paying attention to your team's builds. Being on time for objectives, you know, all those things. We'll look at my build here. Yeah, it was Spoon, I was correct. You can see, basically I'm under the mindset, if I don't get Raichu, I'll go Palmont, or Tree. Even in the defeats, you know, I'm still putting up 8 KOs or 70k damage or more. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that one. A little bit different format, a longer video, more like similar videos featured together in the same. I got new music featured on the channel. Go check out 𝗙𝗢𝗥𝗚𝗧. His link is in the description. Yeah, he's gonna be my music guy. and yeah, give some of his videos some listens, some likes, show him the love. And with that, I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope you all know you are loved. And God bless you. And smell you later.